Perfect. Good to go. Alright guys, got a package in the mail that I think is interesting, something we could all use on our Jeep Gladiators. It's by the company ClearVU. So this basically will give you the opportunity to install a windshield washer sprayer that we didn't get on our Gladiators. So if you're ever off-roading, you got mud, dirt, snow, whatever it is on the back camera blocking your view. This is a kit that's going to allow you to run some windshield washer fluid all the way back to the rear tailgate and clean off that window while you're driving. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed today, give a quick review of it, see how this goes. DIY kit here. Seems to have everything inside of here we need to go with. Also thought that was cool. Got a quick little note from the owner over here. Said, any questions, call his cell. So pretty sweet, good customer service. So let's see how this install goes today and do a quick review and what that looks like and how good can it actually clean off any dirt and mud off the back here today. So those QR instructions we saw, pretty generic, just sends us to a YouTube video. No fault at the company. I think they're pretty new and up and going, so hopefully this will serve for anybody that has a Gladiator looking to install this rear washer sprayer. But what I can gather, I need to be able to use my template, which I have over here, to drill a hole where the camera's going to go, and we're also going to have to hook up the hoses that are going to run to the back side of that. So I'm going to have to remove what I'm guessing is this plate to access that with a T27 torque bolt. Like I said, then I can thread through this sprayer, that nut that's going to retain it on there, and then hook up the hose, run that up to the front of the truck, and be done. So let's go ahead and get this off there and see what we got inside. I'm going to just use a flathead here, pry this up. Just be careful around the edges or you're going to try to lift up your Line-X coating, but came off pretty easy. So kind of looking down inside of there, I'm going to go ahead and see if we have to remove this or not. So looking at my phone here on the instructions, I just got to trim that little top left tab piece off there. Normally I'd like to do this kind of clean, use like a Dremel, but I'm just going to use these snips and just knock it off there. No one's ever going to see it once we close the tailgate and bolt this back up, so it doesn't have to be pretty. That actually came out pretty good for just rough cutting it with some snips here, so pretty straight. That should be all I need. Let's go ahead and get that template on there and drill that hole out. I believe it's 5/16. Let me double check. They included this nice little template here. It's just going to go over. I went ahead and put some painter's tape down. Just lay this up on here like that, and then mark your hole. And then I'm going to drill it out with a step bit here. It says 5/16 instructions online, but that's on the install of a Toyota Tundra. So I just want to make sure that my washer nozzle is the same. So I'll step that out, let you know what I get to here in a second. Okay, got my mark on there. If you ever find yourself drilling holes a lot, can't more than enough recommend one of these center punches. It's a little spring loaded. It's going to leave a little indentation there to give you a good start for your drill bit. So no more slipping and sliding off there and scratching paint or gouging any of these holes you're starting. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the center here and see if that gets me a nice little indentation in the plastic. Should be good to go. Let's see what that mark looks like. Oh yeah, she's dented. She's fresh now. Got my step bit ready to go. I always like to wrap around a little bit of painter's tape on there just so I can understand where that mark is, that 5/16. So sorry that's going in out of focus, but we're gonna go ahead and drill this, get this sprayer nozzle installed and ready to go. So go slow. I'm also gonna check on the backside, make sure I'm not going through anything crazy like wires. Whew. I'm like drilling into nice freshly painted tailgate. No, not that fresh. It's a couple years old, but you know what I mean. Nice and slow. You know what? They weren't lying. 5/16 is what it's going to be. I'm going to go right up to that next one. Alright, guess what? I forgot to look in the back and see if I was drilling through anything, so guess that is what it is. Alright, looks like it fits in there pretty good. I wish that was a little bit better color match. Looks like it's like some faded 3D printed plastic, but maybe I can paint it, hit it with some armor all later and clean it up a little bit. So, oh, get that back out of there so I can clean up the plastic. All right, that looks like it's good to go. Oh, that's always a sigh of relief. We didn't cut through anything important inside of here, so you can see perfect spot with that template. You can see where that part is we cut out for the hose to run, and I'm gonna go ahead and push this through. Run the nut into the back of it so it's secure, and then we'll run the hose. We got it installed. Hopefully I don't have to cut off any more of that plastic piece. I'm gonna see if I can wiggle that hose in there and get it to fit, but if need be, I'm gonna just trim that up a little bit more to make sure it's good to go. I got the hose run up here. It's just one piece. You can see it all the way up beside the truck here, ready to go. Looks like I got more than enough. Just trying to figure out the best way to route this out. So what I can tell is there's a hole down inside of here. Some of the existing wiring cable goes through. Comes right outside of here, and I pulled this plate off into the bed of the truck. Looks like on the other side here, easy spot to just drill a hole and run that through. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use that step bit, drill out to the size I need for that hose, whatever that might be. That's where we're gonna route it up, so let's go ahead and do that. We've got this all buttoned up inside of here. I did trim it just a little bit more, get that hose in there, the nut driven down so it's nice and tight. Just gonna zip tie it here in this first spot. You can see on the back side here. I brought it out, zip tied along the side here, drilled that hole, and it's gonna be in the bed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just get under the truck and run that hose all the way up into the engine compartment so I can splice it into the original spray nozzles up on the hood. All right, back inside here. One thing I literally forgot to do was install this check valve. You should be able to see an arrow on it that says the direction of the flow. So just install that. I'm just gonna cut it inside of here, splice in, and just put that check valve inside there so we're good to go. You can see we're all buttoned up here. Got the hose situated, zip tied, good to go, hole drilled, some slack run through there. Just tested it up and down with the tailgate. Seems to shut smooth and good. So what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead, get this hose all tucked up under the rear of the truck. Probably run it down this frame side here, this rail. We're gonna just bring it up into the driver's side of the engine compartment because that's where our washer nozzle and all that hookup is. I understand this is probably going to be different for everyone how they want to run this, so I basically took it out of the back here, looped it up over the frame cross member, zip tied right here into some wires, over top this frame cross member, tucked in to the outside of the coil here, and ultimately fed it along through here, went over the coil, excuse me, the shock behind it, and then basically we just rode the frame rail all the way down through here. I was able to successfully route that up from under the frame rail here, and then just brought it right up here close to the washer bottle. Mine might be in a little bit different placement from yours just because I did a mod to have a smaller washer bottle here for the Eco Diesel. But regardless, let's see where the stock one goes right up and into a split that goes to our windshield washer nozzle. So I'm actually going to just splice this right here, and I've got this nice little T that we're going to use. I'm actually going to update this video tomorrow, so we'll see if this gets cut in, but I'm actually going to put in a quick valve here that allows me to turn it on and off. So, you know, if I just wash the truck, not planning on it being nasty out, don't need to get the back tailgate dirty or wet, we can just shut that off. But if you aren't installing that mod, you're just going to want to splice this inside of here, run your new tube into it, and you'll be good to go. Okay, there you go. You can see where we just spliced that in there, got that little three-way in there. Now we've got our rear wiper coming up from the back, and here's our stock one going back up and terminating out to the roof, not to the roof, to the hood, just like it used to. Also, if you wanted to see how much extra you have left, kind of give you an idea of how much room you might have to play with here as you're routing it through the frame. I'd say we had about 5 or 6 feet there, so pretty good extra if you need that for something. There you go. I know I said I was going to come back and update the videos, so I got these in the mail, just some fuel cutoff valves. They're 1/4 inch. I was hoping they'd be a little bit smaller. We're gonna see here if they'll actually fit on the hose. But if so, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the line so that, you know, when it's summer, truck's clean, not planning on raining or going through mud, I'll be able to just quickly turn off that rear washer. So let's see if these fit up on here and what it looks like. Those fittings were too big. Definitely suggest getting some smaller ones, but able to wrangle them on there. So now you can see if I want to shut this off, flow, good to go. Shut it off for the summer clean days. Now I don't have to worry about that rear end getting water all over it. So quick and easy. Definitely suggest adding these into the package. Maybe if you're watching this ClearVU, you should add these as an option in there as well. I think it's pretty sweet. Now, as you can imagine, probably going to take a few for this to actually cycle through and feed the line up as we turn this on. So probably going to get our normal spray on the windshield here. So we're just going to go ahead. Probably going to have some low pressure right now as it builds up. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Good to go. That's going to be great for any trips we have when we're coming up into a bunch of mud, dirt, snow, grime. Oh, look at that. Outstanding. So I hope this video is able to help you get that done faster than I did. And if you like any Gladiator Jeep content, feel free to like and subscribe, and there'll be more coming in the future.